Okay. Oh, now we got boring. Boring is the only one left. The shield wall's only valid if someone else has it, right? Yeah, that's... You really want, like, big tanky tanks to tank together. Greater shield focus. Initial shield is decent. I get trip. That's never happening. Oh, that's right. That's the thing we might, if we want to, we'd have to put the remaining 4 points in there. If we want to go down roads like Trip and stuff. It's not awful, but we generally plant it, don't we? Can we take the missile one? Yeah, let's take missile shield. Man, level up's always a good thing. Let's go ahead and save that. Enough off topic. Nah, you can never have enough off topic. Oh, okay. Hey, Lindsay, you just leveled up. Mega Vaughn. Oh, look at this guy. This man is obviously more comfortable on the battlefield than in the company of nobles. He's well built, but the expensive waistcoat he's wearing doesn't quite fit properly, as though it was borrowed. He has a few pale scars across his face, and his dark hair is drawn to an unkempt ponytail with a few streaks of grey running through it. He greets you with a broad smile and a firm handshake. Let me introduce myself. I'm Mager Van, the new ruler of Dunsward, your neighbour to the east. Like you, I'm about to be a baron. Great job with the Stag Lord, by the way. Not everyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. Ooh, how did you earn the title of baron? Truth be told, my team and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Jamandi Eldori needed someone reliable to take and hold the territory. I'm the captain of a mercenary team, if that wasn't clear. Vanling Host. Have you heard of us? No? No matter. Wait, so she got someone else a property as well. So she's organised 2 areas. Barons. We've done work for Jamandi before. This time the task was simple. We just waltzed into the area, cleared off the most brazen monsters, and built a small fort to hold the place. And for that, a barony and land to own. It was a dream job. How do you feel being a noble? Man, why couldn't we get that one? Looking at his rich clothes, Van smirks. Like a pheasant on a plate. I've killed all kinds of monsters, but this is the first time I've so strongly felt like turning away could get me eaten. He nods towards an arrogant man in the other corner of the room. See that lad? Baron Drelov. He's not like us. Who knows what generation of Baron he is. Didn't even shake my hand. You and me, we're like dirt beneath his boots. That's why those like us, the newly made nobility, need to stick together. Otherwise he'd take my land and yours in the blink of an eye. Well, thanks for the warning, Mager. We're going to be friends. I'm going to want him to be my friend. He doesn't look evil or sinister at all. It was nice meeting you. Farewell. Goodbye. Once you've settled in, come pay us a visit. Yeah, come around. We'll have a barbecue on the weekend.
I crave for adventure.
Hey, Keston. Oh, Keston's
Quick,
drunk.
quick! Else we miss all the fun!
Hey, there's Jaethel. Oh, where's the other girl? Where's that one that stayed behind? There she is. She likes us.
Will you drink with me?
Yes. Mager is pure bro status? Nice. He seems like a cool guy. We see Casey approaching, the tiefling you met during the battle at Jamandi Eldori's mansion. As she draws near, she places one of the cups of wine she's holding into your hand. Will you drink with me? He looks like the kind of guy who loves a barbecue. Like, I reckon he rocks up with a case of beer under one arm and I don't know, a whole boar on the other shoulder. Just chucks it down in the pit and away you go. Do you want to get right to business? What? In here? Of course. To beauty.
To beauty. It sweetens our happy days and brings solace to our dark and sorrowful ones.
She's hot.
But jokes aside, I came to apologize. I know the words I said in our conversation with Lady Aldery might have offended you, but this was not my intention. The lessons life has dealt me were not easy. I've learned to be wary of new acquaintances, which is why I've refused to join your party. I hope you will forgive me for this weakness and for my harsh words. And I hope you will hear me out, for I have something to tell you.
Cinephae, these are Jeff's words, right? Not mine. I mean, he's a halfling that's been promised all this attention from these beautiful warrior women, you know, and it's been 45 days and he hasn't even gotten so much as a tap on the back. Oh, no, that's not true. I think, no, he did. He got a tap on the shoulder from Valerie, and I'm pretty sure Amiri slapped him on the back once. But, you know, halfling's got needs. No need to apologize. I don't expect everyone I meet to immediately fall under my charms and entrust me with all their secrets.
How amusing. Usually those who don't seek affection are the very ones who receive it. Anyway,
see, she wants it.
Enough sweet talk.
Yeah, Jeff could have gotten
There
Thorny
is
Nature Girl.
something important I wanted to tell you.
Look, if we're playing a bigger, a physically bigger race, like at least a human size, maybe. Those thorns would have, they would have been lethal. Would have ripped him in two.
As it happens, I came across some very valuable information. What brave conqueror of these wild lands wouldn't be intrigued by news of an ancient shrine?
Ancient shrine?
Possibly full of great treasures. A place such as this was discovered by my old friends from Kadira. And it just so happens to be located in lands that today become rightfully yours. My friends lack the courage to enter the shrine and seek the treasure, but what will stop us? We who know the taste of battle and have been singed by the same fire.
What could be better than a treasure hunt? I'm ready.
I'm sure you'd like to finally gain your official title and celebrate your victory. And I don't like noisy parties and ceremonies. Find me when you return to your dominion. I'll rent a house in your capital. We can discuss the details of our expedition there.
Ooh.
So long, friend. I'll call you so today because soon enough, all you'll be hearing is, Your Grace, Your Grace, Your Grace.
Your Grace. Your Grace. Oh, we should have called him Grace. Sorrow Flow. Oh, that's... sounds... yes, I see the old rest of it hasn't changed a bit. Even the smell in the streets is the same. Why won't you talk to me? Natala Satova is discussing something with an unfamiliar old lady in a low voice. Upon noticing you, she breaks into a sugary sweet smile. You were not only tough, but quick. Well, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy it while you can. Is that a threat? Let's be a little bit more subtle. What do you think awaits me? Nothing good, I fear. The Aldori, our dearest friends, didn't deem it necessary to inform you of their plans, I assume. You see, they're preparing to separate from Brevoy. It will not be a peaceful process. They lack the strength currently, hence using this legal loophole to create some independent allies. Once civil war breaks out, your lands will be the first to endure a strike from Brevoy's forces. Perhaps they'll erect a memorial stone in an independent Restov to honour you. Well, I wouldn't count on even not that, really. Oh, that doesn't sound fun. What would you propose? In your situation, the most reasonable course of action would be to align yourself with the lawful rulers of Brevoy, the noble houses. The Aldori won't dare to rebel, knowing they will immediately become entrapped. You could help Brevoy avoid a civil war, while simultaneously enjoying some well-deserved peace in your lands. Oh. I believe Jamandi has already attempted to impose a guard on you as an emissary. I'm guessing her low-born stepson, the green-skinned boy. Oh. Casil, it's up to you, of course, but I would recommend you a different envoy. Please meet Chandra Murphy, an experienced diplomat who's more familiar with Brevoy's politics than any brawler could be. I think we might need to find a neutral envoy. I don't want her. The old woman standing next to Talia gives you a slight bow. I would be happy to help you establish diplomatic relations with Brevoy. I'll consider your proposal. Think on it. Do not make any hasty decisions. Oh, we've spoken to everyone, have we? Joseph Silminius. The orc is useful? Cool. An older man with full sideburns looks at you with interest through golden eyeglass. Well now, isn't the hero of the festivities the protege of our dear Jamandi? You pulled this off quite cleverly. I confess I wasn't convinced your enterprise would succeed. I even bet a bottle of my best Pitaxian wine against you. Pitaxian spine! Off with his head. But I'm happy to admit I was wrong. The Aldori have always been adept at finding new talent. I don't believe we've been introduced. So it would seem, I am Joseph Selimius, Lord Mayor of Restov. I rule this town and the adjacent lands. As your northern neighbour, I hope we can look forward to a long and fruitful friendship. Glory to Pitaxia. Dirty Pitaxians. So you rule Restov. What about the Aldori? Brevoy's politics seem complex and incomprehensible to many. Here in this part of Rostland, the spirit of northern freedom still lives. We are loyal to the throne, of course. May the gods prolong the life in his highness. But here, far from dominions of the great houses, we have our own way of life. It is especially important now after certain events that I probably don't need to name. The Eldori sword lords used to rule Rostland. They're still the largest landowners and main military force in the region, but it's not for nothing that Restov is called a free city. We're proud to choose the Lord Mayor from among the citizens, considered not by their lineage, but by their own merits. And that's nice, I like that. What kind of events were you talking about? Mayor Selenius gives you a patronizing smile. Why? An inspiring politician needs to be well informed. I'm talking, of course, about the disappearance of the ruling house Rogavia. Can you imagine it? Old Man Coral conquered our land 2 centuries ago. It would be a shameless lie to say that nobody wished his royal house could just disappear into thin air. But once that exact thing happened, turned out nobody was ready for it. Poof, all over the country. Every member of the royal house disappeared without a trace. Nobody knows what happened. It is a mystery. But a mystery pregnant with opportunity for everyone. I mean, I suppose technically correct, but it just seems awkward as a... but a mystery pregnant with opportunity for everyone. How are things in Restov? I don't want to boast, but things have been going well in recent years. Trade prospers, the population grows, and the citizens are happy. Although recently, especially after the disappearance of House Rogavia, more and more troublemakers have been appearing and people are talking about the most shocking things, but those sorts of rumours aren't worthy of your attention. Nice to meet you, goodbye. Please wait a moment. Your young barony will need resources to establish itself, and from what I've been told, you're somewhat in need of financial assistance. I could organise and supply everything you need for the construction and spread out the cost of extremely favourable terms. Well, okay then. I could immediately procure, let's say, 500 cartloads of building supplies. I'm sure that would give you a good start. In exchange, I would ask a small favour. Until you repay the debt in full, you simply assume the obligation of contracting building services through Restov's Builders Guild. Do we have a deal? I think so. Usually getting a short-term gain at a slightly, longish-term help, payment, that's fine. Short-term gain is usually good. Feelings mutual, I assure you. I look forward to hearing more of your dazzling successes soon. I didn't take dazzling display or glitter bomb. Okay, I have a feeling if I speak to her, we start the festivities, so let's speak to her last. Okay. Today is a historic day, blah, blah, blah. Ezvanki Keeg, a handsome man with a weather-beaten face, grasps your hand tightly in his rough, calloused palms. Unlike the rest of the guests in their festive clothes, he wears a simple robe. The only luxury you see on him is a holy symbol of Erastil made of solid gold. The other guests look at him with respect, some bordering on awe. Congratulations on your victory, he says in a deep voice. I missed it. Congratulations on your victory. Allow me to introduce myself. I've got to get a voice changer thing. That'd be cool. I am Ezvanki Keeg, High Priest of Erastil in Restov. We go for a diplomacy roll. +8. 50-50? Bringing law into the Stolen Lands is a difficult endeavour. I would be grateful for any help you could spare. Failed. Our most pious aspirations are often hindered, but it is not the case overcome. God, I give you my blessing. I believe you'll be able to overcome these hardships to achieve your goals. Got to save Scum, Panz. I got a quick save before you speak to someone. Otherwise you can't save Scum. Do many people in Restov venerate Erastil? They revere many gods in Restov. They pray to Abadar, patron citizens, and Pharasma, gatherer of souls. There's also some more rare cults, but there's no denying that the stag god has the largest congregation here. And no wonder, people here have lived off farming and hunting for centuries. Always save before you speak, people. It's been a long time since I've RPG'd. And so, making sure to hit that quick save before speaking so we can take that inevitable save Scum. It evades me. You're dressed surprisingly simple for such a festive occasion. Corners of the priest's mouth turn up into a faint smile. The nobles dress in silks and satins to stand out from the poor. A priest wears simple robe to stand out from the nobles. Was it on to me? Goodbye. Alright, let's get the save scum ready. Hey, there's Ragonga and Octavia. What are they doing here? Or is everyone here? Try the eclairs. They're delicious. Alright, I like chocolate. Pastry. Before you clear an event card, because you may fail it. Yeah. I understand why that... I mean... I guess it's there for people... Obviously, some people are just pretty tight on the fact that they're not going to do that. But if that's the case, like, initiate, like, whatever the equivalent of Iron Man mode is or something, you know? Although I've known a person to... that prides themselves on not save scumming. But what they will do is they will enter combat after an unfavorable outcome and die, pretty much deliberately, just so that he's forced to reload at the previous save point. Not save scumming if you had to combat and die, he says. Well, yeah, kind of is. Man's gorgeous clothes hide rippling muscles beneath them. He looks past your ear, obviously bored. How rude. Half the fun of these is taking the good with the bad. Yeah, each to their own, I suppose. Baron Hannes... Like, imagine if... okay, so we failed at the gate of the Stag Lord, we failed the bluff check, and I wasn't able to save scum because I didn't think about it at the time, and I didn't have a save point. So imagine if we failed both the both checks at the hole in the wall. We would have to go into that fight... at that massive, you know, without the owlbear, without the help of the Stag Lord's dude, and minus the Cressel being in the fight, we would never have won that fight. And the game would have ended. So the only way we would have been able to do that, if we don't magically go back in time, would be just to abandon the run and start again. Argument could be made then then the answer is bad design. Maybe. A different debate. But we would have been in an unwinnable situation. I don't know what we would have done. But, you know, because I'd already failed the first out of the checks, you know, we got lucky. We passed the other one. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what we would have done if we'd failed the other two checks. Although, if you're constantly failing a lot of checks because you're building bad characters and putting together a poor team, eventually your run's going to grind to a halt because even rolling natural 20s won't save you. The other thing too is in tabletops, the GM sort of facilitates making sure fairness and whatnot. You know, you wouldn't put unless your goal of the GM was to like kill off the party and laugh at your friends. You wouldn't get them in a situation where they cannot go forward and just have to, especially like you could put months into a campaign and what you just at a point where can't continue kind of thing. But yeah, in a judgment type of thing, all that sort of thing. Like roguelites, I think when you have a long sprawling campaign, like this is going to be 100 hours. You know, if you can't die, just read a book. Yeah, well, that's what it felt. You know, most of our campaigns had that can't die feel to them, so it felt like we were just playing a choose your own adventure book. But yeah. So that, I mean, maybe that's where game design needs to change, where the computerized RPGs get developed in a way where the checks are pass or fail based on if you've met certain requirements. You know, and you dice roll different things. I don't know. But yeah, you know, you could definitely in this game be put in a bad position where you are not beating in combat because you failed a series of checks. And if you didn't have a save file you could go back to re-roll those, you're just not continuing in this game. You can. The option is put the difficulty down to easy and move forward. But that's probably just as bad as save scumming, if that's how you so feel. Yeah. Anyway. Baron Hannes Drelov. Oh, this is the guy that our bro was telling us about. He says offhandedly, emphasizing the word Baron. And you must be the Stag Lord Butcher. I'm sorry I quite forgot your name. But you took out the Stag Lord and his gang, and so Sword Lord Jamadi is granting you permission to take his place, right? Well, congratulations. My lands lie to the west of yours. Suppose we're neighbours now. What a jerk. Yes, I defeated the Stag Lord. Pray tell, what did you do to deserve your new dominion? A smirk appears on the Baron's face. I don't need to deserve or prove anything. Countless generations of my glorious ancestors have done so for me. If I had a slightly bigger army, Sword Lord Jamadi would have simply given all of the stolen lands to me. Alas, I don't have so many soldiers at my disposal, so she had to urgently make barons. And the likes of you and Varn. Jerk. The game itself on easy mode doesn't tell you an event is coming. Yeah, but what I'm saying is on easy, like you'd just beat the stag mode, the stag lord. You wouldn't have to rely on, you know, doing things like opening the front gate and taking on the guy from his side to fight for you and releasing the owlbear. You could just walk into that one and right click on him and then go make yourself a cup of tea or coffee, come back and you would have won. You know. So you have no army and no special merits. You were just given land for being pretty. The boar is hard to stop? What, Tuskudder? I took a Miri in there at level 2 and she soloed it. On my first play. Like we did, the owlbear, sorry. I thought, yeah, no. Because Amiri's a beast? Yeah, well, she didn't do so well when we put it up to hard. You know, and tried again. Hard is actually hard. Challenging is questionable to its name. You're not very polite. Oh, wait. Under other circumstances, I'd have you whipped for such words. But let's not ruin Lady Aldori's celebration, If you want so badly to measure merits, we could do so another time. You would have me whipped. You can't. I'm a baron as well. A-hole. You're not very polite for a nobleman. Ha! Politeness must be deserved. Well, you don't deserve any. I said good day. Jerk face. Owlbeards are always scary. If I had an owlbeard, you'd be scared. Oh, harem. Okay. Alright, who's this lander? Oh, does it get out? I didn't have it get out when we were attempting the fight at the start. I never got that far, I guess. A handsome, well-dressed young man of about 17 years old looks at you with polite smile. So you're the famous slayer of the Stag Lord's gang, soon to be a baron. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Lander. Just Lander? No last name, no title? Like Cher? Well, let's just say I'm here incognito. Under my circumstances, it's wise to keep one's lineage to oneself. Pitaxian spy! Truth be told, that's precisely what I wanted to speak with you about. You see, I'm an heir to one of Brevoy noble houses. I won't say which, but believe me, a newly appointed baron with no connections would do well to have a friend like me. First name Luna. Nice. I travelled to the country in secret without servants so I can see it for myself. Not from a carriage window, but face to face with the people. My family would never approve, of course, but then I never asked. I need to know Brevoy if I'm going to rule part of it someday. I like this guy. I know Jamandi wants to impose her stepson on you as an emissary of Brevoy. Refuse. Take me instead. Don't look at my age. While they may have trained this half-orc to swing a sword, I've been training to rule since I was a child. I'll be of far greater use to you, both now and in the future. And I have a firm position in my family. Are you from Restovic nobility? Oh no, I'm not from here. I'm just visiting, you could say. I wanted to see for myself the heroes who managed to conquer the frontierlands, and Lord Mayor was kind enough to invite me to this wonderful party. Is this a good guy or is he a jerk? In surprise. Please tell me again what you're doing here. I travelled the country in secret without servants so I could free it for myself. Not from a carriage window, but face to face with the people. I honestly think that we're actually being slow enough that we deserve him talking to us like we're a 3-year-old. My family would yeah, okay. Tell me once more. Jeff, how dumb are you? Did you, like, take some points out of intelligence to put them into, like, toilet paper wiping? Oh, God. I know Jamandi wants to impose it. Yeah, okay. Platinum hair equals evil? I know! Took the orc? I'll consider your proposal. Yes, do so, and carefully. I wonder how many people take the orc just because it's the one that's on offer. We'll do that when we get back. Okay. Alright, so we've done that one. Is there no one else we can talk to? Yo, Amiri. The wine is alright, nice and strong, but the appetizers, pff, barely a mouthful. We'll just eat more of them. I like it when people go to a feast and complain how small the appetizers are. It's like, just take another one.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Alright. Load the save scum.
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
Before we begin, I'd like to talk about the envoy I'll be taking with me.
My apprentice, Casil Aldori, will go with you, won't he?
Play the hero, save the land, get the land, become the new villain. Nice, I like it. Alright. Let's break through and find some information on this lander. Let's do a little bit of meta play. Choosing an envoy. Does it matter which envoy you take? Man, people write the I need spoilers, please, with lots of question marks, who to pick as an envoy. There is no right or wrong. Some go with other options. It's the game you choose. Wait. Oh, it's not an answer? And I'm not hoping to play it again. I'm doing everything once. I spent 87 days just to kill the Stag Lord. Wow, this dude, he took 87 days to kill the Stag Lord. Wow. In all fairness, I took 45, but it took me like massive amounts of reloads on some of the fights. Okay. Okay. Is this accurate? In game turns, Casil is good, Chandra is neutral, and Lander is evil. For Casil, generally no. Amiri is neutral and Ragonga is evil. So Casil must be good. For Lander Regent, we know Octavia is good and Valor neutral. Therefore, Lander is evil. For Chandra Council, Tristan is good. We know Sana's alignment. To look at her other slot, she competes with Harem, neutral and good, making her evil, which leaves Chandra as neutral. Yeah, platinum hair, name's Lander. Alright, well, we're not playing evil, so we don't want to have Lander. I don't want to take Chandra because she's an old biddy. So I guess we take Orc Boy. Alright, that's enough of reading spoilers and stuff. Alright, Orc it is. Yes, that's my decision.
Whatever you choose, I won't argue. But you must choose your inner circle with the utmost care.
I am ready for the ceremony.
Excellent. Stand here.
I can't, you're standing there.
Lords and ladies, today we are here to honor 3 brave people who have done the impossible. They've tamed the stolen lands.
Did I miss one of them?
Baron Hannes Drelev, the new master of Glenabon.
He did nothing.
Captain Maegor Varn, the conqueror of Dunsword. And finally, the tamer of the Shrike Hills, who put an end to the atrocities of the Stag Lord's bandits. Step
Baron,
forward.
legless Jeff wants a beard field.
On behalf of the people of the free city of Restov, I confer upon you this noble title. Rise, your grace.
Hail! Hail! Yeah, plot twist. Well, no, she doesn't, because we rolled halfling, so she just misses.
Victory! The Stag Lord's dead, and the capital of the new barony has been built in place of his fort. That was how the long and challenging taming of the stolen lands began.
Who's this dude? And why does he have a Miri Staglord helmet? And I'm saying that is totally jazzy. I think I'm going to take a screenshot of that actually, because that's her in a nutshell. They did. They fudged. She's not writing her book very well if that's her photo she put in there. Like, we're like this tall standing upright and this guy's kneeling down.